Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm really glad you're here with me today. Today we're going to talk about bathing dignity and how it supports independence as we grow older. So here's the thing. Bathing is one of the most private things that we do. I'm sure you can agree with me on that. And it holds a lot more emotion than people realize. By the end of our time together today, you'll understand how small changes can protect dignity, independence, and self-respect when bathing. And just so you know where I'm coming from, I'm a retired occupational therapist and a certified aging in place specialist, and I've seen this up close for many years with many of my patients. I actually remember working with a lovely woman who had lived in her home for over 40 years. She was sharp, she was funny, and she was strong, but the bathroom had started to feel like enemy territory to her. She told me very quietly one day that she dreaded bath days more than anything else. Not because she didn't want to be clean, but because she hated feeling rushed or watched or treated like a child. That really stuck with me because bathing should never strip someone of their dignity. Now, here's the thing most people don't talk about enough. Bathing is not just about soap and water. It's about control, about privacy, routine, and pride. When someone loses independence in the bathroom, it can feel like they're losing a piece of themselves. And that emotional piece matters just as much as physical safety. Now, let's slow this down and talk about what dignity actually looks like during bathing. Dignity means having a choice whenever possible. It means being asked, not told. It means respecting modesty, even when help is needed. It means allowing someone to do what they can do, even if it takes a little longer. I've seen caregivers with the very best intentions accidentally take over too much. They step in fast because they're worried about falls or their time or just getting things done. And I get that, I truly do. But when we rush or take control without asking, the message can feel like, "You can't do this anymore." That message hurts, even if it's never spoken out loud. One of the most important things you can do as a caregiver helping someone bathe is to pause and observe. Ask yourself what parts of bathing the person can still do safely on their own. Maybe they can wash their face and their upper body. Let them do that. Maybe they can dry themselves while seated. Let them do that. Maybe they can choose the water temperature or the soap that they like. Let them do that. Those small choices rebuild confidence in a very big way. Let me tell you something that I learned over and over again. Independence is not an all or nothing thing. It lives in the gray areas. Supporting independence sometimes means stepping back instead of stepping in. Safety, of course, no doubt, still matters. Falls in the bathroom are real and serious. But safety and dignity are not opposites. They can work together beautifully when the environment is set up just right. Simple changes make a huge difference here. A stable shower chair can allow someone to bathe without fear of falling. Grab bars placed correctly can provide support without making the bathroom feel medical. There's a lot of beautiful grab bars out there nowadays. Handheld shower heads allow control and comfort. Non-slip flooring or mats reduce anxiety and improve confidence. Now, lighting, of course, matters so much. Dim or shadowy bathrooms increase fear and confusion. Good lighting helps someone see where they're stepping and they feel more in control, as long as it's lighting that is soft and without glare. Now, a big dignity piece, I think, is routine. Most people like to bathe the same way they always have. Same time of day, the same order, the same products. And when routines are respected as much as they can be, bathing feels familiar instead of stressful. When routines are ignored, anxiety can creep in fast. Let's talk about language for a moment. Actually, you know what? Before we talk about language, I want to talk about taking a bath versus taking a shower. If the person has always taken a bath and now it's become too difficult to get in and out of the bathtub, there are tools available that can help to make it easier, safer, and just safer, more independent. Obviously, you want to make the bottom of the tub as non-slip as possible. You want to have grab bars. If possible, if at all possible, get a walk-in bathtub. If the person absolutely is unable to get in there, they're wheelchair bound, there are bathtub lifts that you can use. There are tools if getting into the bathtub is extremely important if they don't want to switch to a shower. All right, let's also talk about language now for a moment. Words matter more than we think. Saying things like, "Let me help you with this part," feels very different than, "You can't do this anymore, let me do it for you." Offering help instead of taking over preserves self-esteem. Always explain what you're doing before you do it. No surprises, especially in such a personal space. And privacy is another huge dignity factor. Close the door if possible. Cover areas of the body that don't need washing at the moment. Even small gestures like a warm towel can make someone feel respected and cared for. I want to say something important to family caregivers right now. If bathing has become a battleground, know that you are not failing. This is one of the hardest care tasks that all caregivers talk about. It's okay to feel overwhelmed or unsure. So I will tell you that sometimes bringing in outside help, even once or twice a week, can protect the relationship more than anything else. Professional caregivers are trained to support bathing in a calm, respectful way. That doesn't mean that you're giving up. It means that you're choosing dignity and peace for the both of you. Now, for older adults that are listening to this podcast, I want you to hear this clearly. Needing help does not erase your independence. Your voice still matters. Your preferences still matter. You have the right to feel safe and respected in your own bathroom. This stage of life is not about taking things away. It's about adapting so that you can keep living with comfort and pride in safety. A safer bathroom can actually give you more freedom, not less. Okay, let me leave you with this thought. Bathing dignity is really about honoring the person, not just completing the task. When dignity is protected, confidence grows. When confidence grows, independence often follows right behind. All right, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you again for being here with me. If today's episode gave you some useful insights or new ideas, then please share it with someone who might find it helpful too. You can discover even more expert tips and helpful guides for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're searching for an aging in place specialist, visit our website at aginginplacedirectory.com. All right, come back tomorrow for another daily moment of tips and information right here on the Senior Safety Advice podcast. And hey, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel or podcast yet, then please go ahead and do that right now. It really helps us to reach more people who could use this kind of support and information. So until next time, take care of yourself and the ones that you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.